All right, coming up next on YoTV, we traveled a little bit.
Did hella much.
We went down to New Orleans and to Arizona. We got a whole bunch of immigration stories for you. Next on YoTV.
Oh boy, yeah, we YoTV, we back in.
Youth culture, youth voices, youth power, coming at you.
What's happening? We YoTV out here.
Before we go any further, I have to big up the magazine, Youth Outlook.
Youth Outlook, chronicle of young people's lives in the Bay Area.
We're known all over the Bay and beyond.
Got a lot of good stuff for you this time. Yo!
Good morning, we're YoTV.
I'm Paul.
And I'm Ann.
You gotta like dig and smell me.
We're here kicking it outside in the rain while you get to watch some super cool segments about immigration, right? We got our sister magazine, Debug. They went down to New Orleans to kick it with some of the young immigrants down there who are helping to rebuild it, but they tell their story about how they don't feel respected. So anyways, up next for you, you get to check it out.
Check it out.
On YoTV.
While the immigration debate is taking place and the anti-immigrant sentiment is growing, thousands of undocumented immigrants from Latin America are helping to reconstruct New Orleans. Black homeowners see them as a blessing.
Well, my house was affected with 6 feet of water. The most homeowners that really was devastated was the people down in the lower ninth ward. Really where the water really exceeded the roof of their houses.
Yeah.
I was lucky by having an up and down house, you know, and my living quarters is upstairs. I mean, they came with the skills.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They came with the skills and they came with the willing to work.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, you know, I wish I had a lot more, you know, I mean, because they're really helpful and they don't play. They come and they work. They get paid for their work, but they work. Ain't no bullshit, ain't no square dancing.
Yeah.
They come and they get it done. As you can see, you see them cabinets upstairs? Those are brand new cabinets. Mexican came here and made those from scratch. You need to go back up there and video those cabinets again. I only had to buy wood. They designed it, they cut it, they did it all. And let me tell you something. I got about $5,000 to $6,000 worth of cabinets. Only cost me a total of $3,200. Installed, designed the way I wanted it. So yes, I am grateful for the Latinos and the Mexicans and everybody else. And I'm always sure a lot of other people that's living here that's trying to put their houses back together are grateful for them.
Uno busca por lo menos quizás mejorar, trabajar aquí porque se gana un poco más. Aquí tengo de trabajar 2 meses nada más aquí en este estado. Sí, claro que la ven un poco con diferencia la gente de nosotros, porque ellos, quizás entre ellos se ven con más, o sea, con más prioridad, no sé cómo puedo decir, y a nosotros la gente centroamericana pues, nos tratan más diferente. O sea, que por lo que el problema es de como uno anda indocumentado, entonces claro que por esa parte uno se siente, psicológicamente se siente mal uno,
Sí.
porque siempre con la sospecha que lo agarran, de repente lo agarran y lo regresan a su país. Esa es una de las discriminaciones pues, que me imagino que puede tener uno como indocumentado.
Sí.
Pues ahorita hemos andado trabajando con este patrón aquí en Chirot.
Tú sabes que aquí se tiene que construir todo todavía. Pues la mayoría, casi todo el hispano.
Entonces los hispanos son...
Son los que más
Ok.
sí, porque aquí vino el presidente.
¿O sí?
Aquí vino el presidente y dijo que el gobierno tiene que dejar que trabaje el hispano aquí en la forma de que, porque si ellos tienen un racismo contra uno de hispano, lo único que van a hacer es que se va a tardar 40 años, fue lo que dijo el presidente. Y si lo dejan trabajar a uno de hispano, entonces se tardaría nada más como 10 años.
Sí.
Hasta eso que sí pagan bien, pero lo único que tocante al gobierno.
¿Hay muchos indocumentados?
Pues la mayoría casi pues hay más que más Honduras.
¿De Honduras?
Más de Honduras, y casi la mayoría pues sí, no,
¿De Centroamérica?
de Centroamérica, sí.
Ajá.
Y casi la mayoría no tiene papeles. Sí, diario, te digo que todos los lunes, todos los viernes están sacando bastante personas. Se los están llevando para Houston. Ya de Houston ahí los transportan para allá.
¿Qué clase de racismo ha visto usted?
No, ahí no te respetan.
¿No te respetan?
No.
¿Quién? ¿La policía o la gente blanca?
El sheriff, ellos dicen que el gobernador de aquí, o sea, pues el que es de aquí, es lo que dice él, que él hasta lo dijo en la televisión y todo, dice que él no quiere hispanos, o sea, a él le gusta chocolates, como él es un moreno. Él es moreno, dice yo prefiero aquí puro moreno. Sí, yo me voy a la próxima semana.
¿Ya se va?
Sí,
¿No le gustó?
No, a mí no me gustó para nada. El trabajo, haces eso que la persona que te ocupa sí te paga bien. Sí te paga bien, pero pues ¿para qué vas a estar a andar así? Si simplemente no te respetan.
Oh boy, next we got a commercial break. Tell us if you smell us. But while we gone,
Go ahead and check out Silicon Valley Debug. They're our sister magazine that's based down in San Jose, Silicon Valley, right? And they do a lot of working class type of tech immigrant stories. So go ahead and check out their website for more information.
oh boy, we still out in the rain, but it stopped raining a little bit.
That's right, we got a nice little view behind us. Anyways, up next for you, we have a piece about World Savvy and their grand opening at the museum. We're partners with them, and what they did was this past month or two, they were doing a bunch of workshops at the high schools and talking about immigration and identity and kind of tying all of that into art and videos. And right now, it's on display at the museum till January 8th. So go ahead and check it out.
We are the answer. Young with hoodies and denim, spoken word, poetically spit venom, our ability to rip it an absolute given. Therefore, we are the answer and most absolute threat.
Tonight we're here at the Global Youth Media and Arts Festival. This is the opening celebration for a 6-month collaboration with 25 youth media and arts organizations and an exploration of the theme immigration and identity. So we worked with over 300 youth over the past 6 months to explore this theme. We did workshops and field trips and a jam session where they all came together. And tonight we get to see the fruits of that collaboration. So there's fabulous artwork all over the Spiral Gallery, youth that have explored their own identity through portraiture, in oil paint, through video that they've created, websites and slideshows, all kinds of different media.
In Hunter's Point, a 14-year-old girl runs faster than her own sweat. Over a fence, through a yard, she runs hard, and through traffic she is free at last, because police are fat and slow. Schools fail at teaching us we already know, so we write our own poems. Backpacks be empty, but they match our clothes though. Leaving them textbooks at home, because them textbooks be fat, but slow. Turn up the radio.
We actually came up with the theme of immigration and identity over about a year ago, before this issue had really blown up in the political and social scene. That it was an issue that we focused on because of the global connections here in San Francisco. World Savvy is a global education nonprofit, and our goal is to educate youth about global issues. So immigrants are some of the most tangible connections to other places that are here in our own city. That immigration is such a major part of life in San Francisco, from the food that we eat to the languages that we hear on the streets to different neighborhoods and the stores that are there. And we really wanted to engage youth with the global issues that are here in the city and the different kinds of cultural experiences and perspectives that they could get through studying immigration. And it was just really a wonderful and horrible at the same time happenstance that this bill came to the House, and that Bush was, moving this new immigration policy forward.
Drone, 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 small town, far away from home. Individuality gone, but hold the clone drone. Every year and a half, vacation sightseer. Blind church follower, religion believer. Needy need a leader, pacified by the TV receiver. Why I leave the speaker? I just leave it to Beaver. Black and white reruns turn into color redones. Same 5 songs on the radio respun. So we numb, we go dumb, too redundant. See?
It's been a really important issue and a really important time for youth to think about immigration as something that affects us and to think about their own perspectives. From assimilation and the way that students deal with assimilation in their own peer groups and social groups to xenophobia connecting, the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II to 9/11. And looking at all these issues and looking at how those experiences came to shape the art that was created, and looking at the diversity of students that are a part of this exhibition and the diversity of their perspectives. There are many first-generation immigrants represented in this exhibition, as well as second and third.
All right, if you want more information about World Savvy and their organization, go ahead and check them out on the website, worldsavvy.org.
While we paying bills.
All right, up next, we're gonna introduce you to Russell. I'm sure you guys know him. He's been a regular on YoTV. But anyways, he went down to Arizona to find out what people think about this new fence being built. So, Russell, go ahead and tell him what it is.
So as you may or may not know, not too long ago, YoTV took a road trip down to Arizona to take a look at the potential impact of a border fence that got approved for funding in Washington. And we ended up speaking with 2 different groups of people we got to put together in this next segment for you. One is a woman named Ofelia Rivas, and she's an elder in the Tohono O'odham tribe in Arizona, half of which is in Arizona, half of which is in Mexico. And she talks about the potential impact of putting a fence right in the middle of her people's historical land. And the other is a couple of environmentalists from what's called the Sky Island Alliance, and they talk about the environmental impact of building a fence there. So we had a good time, got a lot of good information. I hope you enjoy it. Driving down dusty roads with a punishing sun overhead, it seems almost lifeless. But this region is home to the Tohono O'odham Nation, a tribe of 25,000 people who have shared the land with the roadrunners, mountain lions, jaguars, and wolves for over 6,000 years. In 1853, the U.S.-Mexico border was redrawn, effectively cutting the O'odham Nation in half. This border itself did not present grave consequences for the tribe, however, until the late 1990s, when the U.S. Border Patrol developed a new strategy for border enforcement in the Southwest. At that time, Operations Gatekeeper in San Diego, Hold the Line in El Paso, and Safeguard Arizona in Nogales shifted enforcement to urban areas. The object was to force migrants into desolate desert regions, where they would either be deterred by the terrain or easily apprehended in open spaces. The only thing that's changed, however, is where migrants are crossing. The narrow corridor that they have been edged into is right to the Tohono O'odham Reservation. This land is also where the proposed border fence will be built, isolating the communities of O'odham people on either side of the fence and threatening the animals and vegetation of the biologically diverse Sky Island region. Tribal members and environmentalists in the region are not concerned with the politicized issue of undocumented immigration to the United States. Their concern is the preservation of the culture and habitat that have flourished here for thousands of years and now face decimation by the construction of a wall. Every October, O'odham tribal members make a pilgrimage from the U.S. side of their land to Magdalena, Sonora, in Mexico, as part of their annual St. Francis Festival. The procession is part of a larger event with music, food, and dancing, and is their largest tribal festival. Increased border enforcement in the past 20 years has restricted this movement, but they still make the annual procession. Until this year. Ofelia is a tribal elder, and she has watched the impact that increased border security has had on her people's land.
On the 2nd of October this year, someone cut all the electrical lines to all the O'odham the community, which is the community church, the community kitchen, and all the homes. And they felt that they couldn't do the ceremony. My brother decided that he was going to come across to the United States and try to get some generators and still have the celebration. But as he was coming across the border, he was shot at. His truck was shot at, and we don't know who actually did it. we kind of suspect it's the same people, the drug dealers, you know, trying to take over our community.
Aside from the aggression from smugglers, she's had to endure harassment by Border Patrol officers and restricted movement on traditional routes. Ophelia tells the story of one Border Patrol stop that turned into terror for her and her family. She was with her daughter and grandson, driving home from an all-night dance when they were pulled over.
And they pulled us over, and right away they said, get out, because I was in the back seat and I'm brown skin and don't talk English too well, you know, and so I said, you know, what for, you know, and they said I'd have to say that I was a U.S. citizen or a Mexican citizen. And I said, I'm an Altam, you're on my land, you know, I'm an Altam. Don't you know you're on my land and you should have some respect?
At this point, Ophelia recalls, the officer got angry, unclipped his pistol, and put it to her head, demanding that she say whether she is a Mexican or a U.S. citizen. He said if she didn't answer, he would handcuff her and have her deported.
And I said, where are you going to deport me to? Mexico is my territory as well. My father's community is there. Altam communities are in there. By then, my daughter's crying, my grandson is crying, and I can't cry because I'm really angry, you know, but I'm very much afraid, you know.
At this point, another Border Patrol truck pulled up, and the agent put his gun in his holster. They were promptly let go. Beyond the abuse and the fear, Ophelia is most troubled by the prospect of the construction of a fence. The terrain in this corner of the continent is referred to as the Sky Island Mountains. The name alludes to the natural phenomenon of lush, vegetated mountains surrounded by a sea of desert. It is considered the most biologically diverse region in North America, connecting desert, tropics, and mountains. Matt Scroach is the executive director of the Sky Island Alliance, a non-profit organization which dedicates itself to the preservation of the region.
It's one unique biological region that spans the international border. And so in that sense, it's very much connected. The Sky Islands to the north of the border are connected geographically, topographically, biologically, ecologically with the mountains south of the border. And it's imperative that permeability of the landscape remains so that our web of life, our plants and animals, are able to migrate back and forth over short periods of time, but also over long kind of evolutionary time periods as well.
Sergio Avila, a wildlife biologist for the Sky Island Alliance, uses the example of the jaguar, an animal native to the region, to explain his position.
And it's not going to be a matter of, well, what side is the jaguar in? Is it in the U.S. side? Are we going to keep it in the U.S.? Or is it going to stay in Mexico? It is not good to leave it in one side or the other. We shouldn't have to choose for the animal to do those things.
I made a statement saying that it was like a knife in our mother, you know, and it's these metal things that are going to go in our mother, and we can't pull them out.
They finna go pay some bills again. So while we go, y'all check out MySpace/Block Report Radio. Tell us if you smell us. Oh boy, yeah, coming up next, we got one of our star photographers, yeah boy Ryan Furtado, who also went down to Arizona with the boy Russell. What he was doing though, and he was
taking a bunch of pictures.
Oh,
And then,
man.
So up next for you, we got good music and a photo story.
Thanks, Ann. Thanks, Paul, for the introduction. I'm Ryan Furtado, one of the photographers for YoTV. And our reporting team recently came back from a trip from Arizona to report on some of the immigration and border security issues down there. And the photos I shot were kind of focused on the subculture that's been birthed because of an international border in southern Arizona. So take a look at the photos and I hope you enjoy. Okay, see you later. Arizona has become a battlefront in the war over U.S. border security. As high-traffic illegal immigration and drug trafficking points such as Nogales, Arizona, El Paso, Texas, and San Diego, California grew increasingly regulated with the wide-sweeping border reforms of the 1990s and the homeland security obsession of the post-9/11 era, undocumented immigrants and drug traffickers looked for an alternative route to cross the U.S.-Mexico border, a route that is comprised of a vast scrub desert in southern Arizona. Entering the Sonoran Desert, urban reality fades, giving way to frontier Americana. Political lines have been etched into a region that has been under continuous contention ever since international borders were drawn. As sand and scrub brush fill the horizon, the immigration debate ceases to become a debate at all. it becomes reality unfolding. The battle over illegal immigration and drug trafficking has created its own microcosm, a unique place with its own subculture that has been continually evolving since it was birthed when two nations came crashing together. It is a place I call Borderland.
Oh boy, man. Coming up next, man, my favorite part of the show, man, them bloopers.
Oh,
I love me some bloopers. But you know, we'll be back.
That's right. Go ahead and check out our website, youthoutlook.org, and email us at yotv@youthOutlook.org.
Tell us if you smell us.
Oh yes, please, and send it to us in the email.
Oh boy.
We smell you.
You feel me? And don't forget, man, we're gonna be here. And we hope to see y'all next week.
Ooh, yo, same time, yo, same channel. I forgot to buy her. Hey, Russell. Okay.
One of the photographers at Youth Outlook. Thanks, Ann.
We're here kicking it at Potrero Hill. Kind of rainy today.
Potrero Hill, girl.
Yeah, we are. Where are we? Where are we? Oh no. The bus said Potrero Hill.
I know it did, but that's going to Potrero Hill.
Where are we?
Where are we at? What area is this? Huh?
It's Potrero Hill.
Some of the immigration issues that really, immigration issues. Sweet.